Should I do that now, or should I wait until I'm in the middle of a fight to do it?
Well, it only takes a swift action. So you could wait.
Maybe we should check this control room first before we head out further. Just to see what we can see out the windows.
What control room?
Say on the map there's a control room just up ahead for another landing pad.
To the north?
To the west.
Oh, I see. Check it for what?
See what we can see out of the windows real quick.
Maybe a ship's pocket that.
At least some information better than none. I mean, we're here now. Don't want to have to come back and check here if we decide we want to try something like stealing their ship or something. Even if we don't choose that.
Pakaz wants to
Could
go
be
look out the
useful.
window.
Are you guys all gonna go to the control room?
I'm looking at Eland.
Because if you guys all want to go to a room, I can just move you there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the plan is just move and check every room for anything useful.
Yes, what I had envisioned at the start of it is to kind of investigate what we can. Doofus
you guys
in the
can
main
roll
control.
perception in here.
Yeah, Doofus in the main control room can wait. I'll put my boot in his face in due time.
Like if we get some really big guns instead of using a boot.
As more
Okay, you
pleasurable
guys
to
can
use a
see
boot.
that the viewports on this look out onto a docking pad that looks very similar to the one that used to hold your ship. And you can see that this control room is pretty dusty, but you see some of those same types of footprints that you saw in the sand pits in that other room. Walking around, seemingly aimlessly around the room.
Would those match the Sith alchemy creatures?
Yes. Well, at least Del could think that and tell everyone else.
But no ship in the dock.
No, the docking pad is empty.
Next room, everybody.
Hey, can I roll survival to see how old the tracks are?
Yeah. They look like they were made within the last 12 hours.
These tracks are relatively recent, probably within the last day or so.
That's interesting that they would choose to move around here now as opposed to earlier, but although I guess the dust could accumulate rather quickly. Shall we continue checking?
Okay,
rooms?
so what room do you guys want to go to next?
This one. Assuming we can get to it. That's kind of part
Yeah.
of it.
Can you like ping over there? Because I kind of got myself lost. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm zoomed in on the map kind of tight.
Okay, did that ping get you to where you guys are?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I'm
Okay,
here now. I can
okay.
see it. Thank you.
Yeah, so this looks like a general storage room There's just like, but there's not a lot of stuff. It looks pretty emptied out. There's just like some junk laying around.
Is that a door to the right leading to the next room?
Yes, it is.
As we're walking, I look up at Cogs and say, "Update. What you read so far?"
Kyra?
So you have deciphered the first entry, and you can recite it back to them. This is what the entry says. Master Fon suggested adding a dose of Ayashade to the mixture to combat the negative mental effects of the ritual. So far, the results have been less than impressive. No subjects have survived more than 12 hours after the procedure to date.
What was that word you said? Ioshade?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody know what that is? Some kind of chemical compound?
Yeah, what would you roll for that?
Life sciences.
Do we all roll it?
Yeah, since we
Everyone
all
who's
heard the
curious
word,
can.
yeah.
Everyone who's curious can roll it.
Picaz knows what it is.
That's
Just
one of the
scary.
few entries I
Picaz
translated in the book.
Yes, he has seen that mentioned in his tome that he has.
That's what I figured.
So, what is it?
Kyra?
It's a type of herb or plant that they use in Sith alchemy. You've just seen it in some of the recipes that they have in the book.
You don't know what it looks like or where it grows or anything?
Nope.
Master Vaughn.
So I added a
Jeez.
handout decoded journal that you guys can all look at, which I'll update as we decode further. Can you guys all see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I'll be right back. 5 seconds.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, so what's in this room?
I look around, look for anything of interest or other exits other than the one we came through.
Okay, there's another set of doors down at the other far end of this room.
But nothing interesting in here.
I was wondering about that.
Is it just another storage room?
No, this room seems to be like part of living quarters. There's like some food prep areas and like refreshers and things in here, and like tables and spaces to eat, almost like a little mess hall area as well.
But nothing useful?
Nope. I mean, there may be some old rations of food left in
Okay,
some
I'm back.
things, if you want to search for them.
Yeah, no. 1,000-year-old food does not sound edible. Yeah, what's this room?
This room is personal living quarter areas. All these red things are bunks. And the other part of the area has a little bit more open area, and there are some refreshers as well. There's just like some bits and pieces of like old tools and things littering the ground, and like some scraps of paper laying around and everything.
place? It seems like some sort of, I don't know, like holding place for military. There's a lot of bunks here.
Or for test subjects.
Did alchemy
What's-
experiments, probably.
Yeah, it looks like a weird combination of barracks and hospital to me.
I don't understand this. To me, it's like if you need an army where you build droids or you recruit. I don't understand it. What people seeking to gain by manipulating such. This place just gets more and more confusing to me.
Oh, for sure.
So where do you guys want to go next?
Can we go to that room that made the funny sounds?
Okay.
Or at least the hallway junction for it, yeah. That sounds good.
So in going there, you guys will walk past the entryway to the maze.
Oh joy.
And
Is it
as
a-
you walk past, you feel like the cold movement of air. And the door is open.
Oh, I mean, we're the ones who opened it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you ping me back up there?
Once I get myself over there, I will. You see that the ground here is also littered with a lot of dead bodies of creatures.
Yeah, we kind of were here before.
Well, knowing what we know now, can anyone, I don't know, discern more from these creatures? Maybe determine what species they are? Or were?
I could try rolling survival again. I don't
Yeah,
know
you
if
guys
that would
can either
make a
roll.
difference.
You can roll knowledge, life sciences, or galactic lore survival. Okay, with the just like with the layout of the body plan and the proportions of like the legs and sort of the reptilian scale appearance, they look like they almost at one point maybe were transitions.
So they warp sentient beings into these things?
That's what it looks like, lad.
Aren't those Sith just a bunch of dandies?
So we're,
Trandoshans. They tend to be mercenaries. Probably paid to come here.
or chosen because of their physical strength.
Maybe they were slaves.
Well, maybe that ship can tell us more, but we should keep moving.
As we move, I nudge Because to see if he's learned any more.
Okay, Pakaz has managed to get some more. And this entry says, we finally managed to find a formulation that stabilizes the dark side energies within the host, while also allowing the host's mind to remain more or less intact, although suppressed. Darth Quayi theorizes that the host's mind and skills remain accessible, but Darth Fen and I disagree. The resultant rage is too powerful. So far, the subjects have been peerless in combat, but lifespan is terminally short.
Well, they either fix the terminally short lifespan, or someone's still doing the procedure now.
I don't see a third alternative.
There could be stasis pods here, but
Well, it is entirely possible that this particular gentleman who wishes to meet with us wants this particular record to further his own experiments. He's possibly doing the same thing that these people are doing. Since it seems that he at least wants to meet with us, we can assume anything we might be carrying might actually be something he wants.
Okay, so you guys have reached the room where you guys heard the crackling before.
Maybe he just wants something to test his creatures against.
I'm not terribly keen on going in there and while translating this and writing on someone's back. So do we wait out here and finish translating or go in?
Don't worry, if anything happens, I'll just throw you to the back of the group.
I mean, I'd rather go in ready for a fight, but okay.
Where's the room? To the west?
Yeah.
Like the cave or tunnel-y looking place?
Yeah. So do you guys want to open the door?
Yes. You only live once.
Is this the door with the Sith writing that we didn't go in?
No, the Sith writing was the maze thing.
Oh, okay. Wait, what do I know about this room from looking at the map?
From looking at the map, you couldn't really tell what this room was. It just has a really weird layout. But as you guys walk inside, you can see that this was like sort of just roughly hewn out of the rock, and there's just sort of these oddly shaped like recesses into the wall, and lining all those recesses there are what appear to be like metal containers that they just have. They're like about 7 feet tall, large metal cylinders that are set into the wall, and most of them are like swung open, and they're just empty, hollow cylinders, and there are some tracks in the
Well,
dust.
that explains some things.
Stasis pod theory looks more plausible.
How big are they?
7
7.
feet tall.
Big enough for a Trandoshan Sith abomination?
Pretty much.
You said most of them were swung open?
Yeah, several of them are still closed.
Let's not open them, please.
Can we see inside them?
No.
We should be quiet. And maybe finish reading first.
Maybe these pods can heal us. I'm not super familiar with technology, but if it can sustain these things that might have short lifespans, it might be able to help us.
These also might be what turned them into Sith
Well,
abominations.
yeah, yes, that's why we're gonna not just jump in one.
I'm thinking I'm not willingly getting into one of these things.
Understandable.
Not while I'm awake and I have a weapon.
That makes 3 of us.
4.
Okay, do you guys want to venture further into the room?
Because I have because of my back, I am going to stay by the door.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, let's wait for him to read more things.
It might be cool to go exploring and whatnot, but that is crazy Sith alchemy, Trandoshan stuff. Yeah, no, I don't want to go.
Unless I'm mistaken, we've already accomplished what we came here to do. Our objective now is leaving, right? Isn't it?
I mean, yes.
And that we don't have a ship, so it's gonna be interesting.
Correct. We don't have a ship. Our objective is to leave, which means we have to go talk with Mr. speakers guy, but he's made me mad enough. He can wait.
I don't have any objection to bloodying the clown's nose, but I like to suggest when we're done with him, maybe we just take his ship and leave him here.
Oh, of course. That's part of the plan.
Okay,
Of course, it would
because
be
you
nice to-
managed to translate the next entry. It says, I succeeded in getting a subject to survive for 24 hours after the process. Containing it is difficult, but Darth Fen is capable. Although the stasis medbay has seen increased usage, I am hopeful that continued survival is feasible.
So it is a med bay. Like I said, this could prove useful since we're all pretty banged up. We should probably scope it out to see if there's anything dangerous in here, because we might need this room.
Try and be quiet. In case you
Yeah.
don't want to wake anything up.
I would agree with that. Try to be quiet. Let's see if we can't not disturb anything that's already taking a nap, shall we say.
So I was getting the feeling like we're just standing in a den of Cathar and just hoping that the pups don't wake.
What?
Oh, we're rolling stealth.
I
I'm not,
disappear into the darkness.
Yes.
Where is Elon? No one knows. He's gone. Something got him.
I'm not moving. I'm staying by the door with Picaz.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Which direction are you facing?
I'm kind of standing like sideways so I can look into the room and look down the hall at the same time.
Okay. Are you
Okay.
facing north or south? Okay. So if you're back to the maze. Just
Well.
kidding. Okay. So when you guys get into this sort of largish center area, you see some like rows of tables and like what appear to be like gurneys and benches, and there's a bunch of equipment and stuff set up.
Also, I probably got off Lex's back and I'm sitting against the wall reading.
Okay.
Like medical equipment, or
It could potentially be medical equipment, although it's rather bizarre looking.
It's Sith stuff. Do you really want their stuff touching you?
if it means that we survive this, yes. Are there any like computers anywhere or anything?
Should
Yeah,
I roll
there's a
something
computer.
to try to find something useful? I'm not sure
Yeah.
what to roll, but
You can roll treat injury if you're looking for medical supplies. Okay, Kalani, you like sift through some of the various things that are laying on top of the table, and you come across these large cylindrical containers that almost seem to you to be reminiscent of something that might contain like Kolto, except that they're filled with this rather strange dark purple liquid. And there's like little plus signs on the thing, on the canister.
yeah,
that seem
I
to
don't think
indicate
I want.
healing.
Anybody want a third eye?
Worse things than dying.
Yeah, no. And I'll comm over the radio, the comms. Because there's a computer up here. If you wanted to take a look at it. Don't open anything.
I can translate or I can mess around with computers. probably best to finish translating and then mess with computers where I might accidentally cause bad things to happen.
I guess, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think we can trust anything we find here.
I don't even really like the idea of leaving it behind intact.
Hmm. How do you suggest disposing of it, though?
I don't know if it's even tactically advisable to try. I thought we were trying to be sneaky quiet.
Yeah.
Well, there's someone who can read a little bit of Sith who might be a good person to choose to examine things.
I mean, yeah, that's why we wanted you to come up here.
Yeah, but I can only do one thing at a time.
Just go help them. I'll give me the data pad and I'll take care of it while you go and help.
Well, we should all just go down with them and I can translate there after we're done. But I really don't want to mess around with anything that might start something. It'd be
And don't mess
preferable.
around, just read.
And he sits back down and keeps reading.
I meant read the console.
Oh,
If there's something useful here that we can, patch ourselves up with before we try and go into the maze, or something else that can help us out, we should probably know about it.
User in your channel timed out.
Uh-oh.
who did we lose?
John.
John.
Ah,
He's still in Roll20 though.
sometimes that takes longer to have it go away, though.
That's true.
Okay, so Bakaz and Lexa moved to the.
I'm
other
not
room.
moving.
Oh, you're not moving?
Not
Okay,
moving.
just Bakaz is. Okay.
Last time I moved, things went down. I'm staying by the door.
I refuse to touch any keys, but I'll read what is currently on the screen once I power it up, and that's it.
Aelin
Well, you have to
chime
press
in.
keys in order to power it up.
I mean, aside from powering it up.
Okay, it powers up to just what looks like a main menu interface.
I looked at everyone else. I really should finish translating that thing before I do anything else.
User joined your channel.
I'm back.
Welcome
Welcome back.
Well, from looking at the thing, it looks like there are a lot more entries to go.
Yeah, but we might want to just, if this does contain valuable information, this is one of the things that they want. Might be a good idea to destroy it before we potentially get captured or defeated. Kaz looks at Elon.
Yeah, just say if any of this is useful medical equipment, we might be able to make use of our time while you're sitting here translating things.
The only reason I'm hesitant is because I could trigger something.
I feel like that wouldn't be a good fail-safe for a computer to release a bunch of dangerous creatures because someone typed something wrong.
Not so much as fail-safe, but like I access the wrong controls and flip the wrong switch because I mistranslate something and I mean this stuff isn't Sith.
All Astrulis is in Sith. if this is something that we can use to heal ourselves and whatnot, it might be good to go ahead and access it real quick. Stop translating at least for 5 minutes. Take a break. Might could do with a break every now and then.
Pickhouse nods and then heads over to the computer and starts working on it.
Okay, roll use computer.
Pickhouse thinks better of doing it on his own and asks Erlon to come over and help him.
Yes.
And Lexa, roll perception.
Dun, 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 we're dead.
Do I get advantage because he's helping me?
Yeah, you can also roll intelligence to decipher the Sith better.
I will do that as well.
No.
My intelligence rolls keep saying you can.
Yeah, as you navigate around the computer system, you can see that there are parts of the system that control the stasis pods. Do you look into those systems at all, or you stay away from them?
For now, I'm going to stay away from them.
Okay. Then there are also entries. Some of them talk about the medical equipment as you navigate through there. There seems to be references to the type of healing agent that the Sith use that is described as the thing that Kalani picked up earlier.
Anything specific about its effects?
It's like a regenerative healing serum that you administer to yourself intravenously.
Side effect?
None listed.
Then I tell everyone that that's healing stuff and I can't find anything about side effects, but I don't want to use the force, but someone who's willing to take the hit might want to feel out that stuff and see if it's got anything unpleasant.
And Lexa, you hear like the faintest like whisper of a sound coming down from the south corridor, but you're almost not sure that you heard anything.
I moved down so my back is to this wall, but keep an eye out on the hallway. Have my head just poked out enough that I can look up or down.
Okay.
I can roll stealth. She's not very good at it, but
Can't hurt to try.
Okay, yeah, Dell's gonna search his feelings about this healing stuff. See if it's gonna have negative consequences, or if it will be beneficial.
Okay.
If
At
we
this
use
point, taking a dark side point might not hurt.
Dell is now at minus 14. And you sense that there will not be any negative consequences in the next however many things in the future you can see. 10 minutes?
I can see an hour.
Yes, in the next 1 hour there are not any negative consequences. You just sense that it's a healing solution.
In a day, we all start turning into Sith abominations.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it seems like it's just a healing solution. I can't see any negative outcomes from this.
And at that point, Mikaz is like, okay, I need some of that.
Same.
How much is there?
Based on the recommended dosage, which isn't much, there's definitely a large surplus.
One more thing for Bacasta Horde, am I right?
Okay,
still
so
not
do you guys-
sure.
Shall we just call our session for tonight, and you guys can think over what the smart thing to do is for our next session?
The smart thing to do is not to have like a third of my health left when we go to face evil people. Sounds great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Smart thing, yes.
A third?
We could just do the healing rolls now and then leave it on cliffhanger if anything happens. Because I know
Well, it's
Kaz
not
is
like
taking
using a
some
med
of that.
pack, so there's not a healing roll for it.
Sweet. Can we
Well,
just use it?
Kaz is going to use it.
Yeah, so is Dell.
Okay, so Dell and Pakaz are using it.
Okay, so you guys go over and
Yeah,
insert
I don't
the
think.
canisters into the equipment, which you dust off, and they flicker to life. And do you guys inject yourselves with it, or do you ask someone else to inject you?
Yeah, ask Kalani to do it.
Kalani.
Okay.
Maybe
I'm
we should do this
still
one,
not
one
sure.
at a time. Although, since I didn't see any negative outcomes, doing it one at a time won't make much of a difference.
I'm still not sure this is a good idea.
So do you want to refuse to help them, or
Um. Uh,
If you don't help, I'm just gonna do it myself.
fine. But I'm not taking any.
okay? So Kalani readies the injection needle, and as it fills up with the liquid, some drips out, and it's a very, like, as I said before, it's a dark purple fluid, and as it drips out, it's super viscous, almost honey-like and thick, and it smells like ashes and wet tree bark. And
I'll
then
look
you,
up at them again and you really sure about this? How long has this stuff even been here?
Like I said, I didn't feel any negative consequences from it, so we're gonna see if this does anything.
I'm only doing this to just because you're gonna do it anyway, and I want to make sure to minimize any complications.
Okay, so you inject Dell, and after about 5 seconds of infusion, the machine beeps to say that the dosage is done, and you take it back out. And then you dispose of the needle. And Dell, at first you don't really notice anything, but then you feel a little bit strange sensation as your body sort of like tingles. And then you recover your health.
All of
So
it?
you recover 3/4 of your maximum health.
I mean, up to 3/4, or like I
No,
get 3/4.
you add 3/4 of your max health to your
Ooh.
current health.
I like that. Yes, we're definitely stockpiling this stuff.
Yes, we're taking it all.
'Cause
Very
that's
nice.
that's gonna fully heal me.
We should take the containers there.
I found this Sith super potion. Guess what? We're gonna drink it all.
Hey, even if it was made using unsavory methods, it's already made. Let's not waste whatever happened to make this.
That's a very principled stance.
Do the ends justify the means, or do the means justify the ends?
What about my force point penalty? My force using penalty. Did it fix that?
I don't know, do you want to try using the force to check?
Not particularly. But like, wouldn't I be able to kind of tell if it was, you know, like, didn't seem as evil and dark around me? Potentially, because there's kind of like corrupty feeling, right?
Yes, it felt like there was a blackness trying to suffocate you.
But like it got worse when I was like accessing when I was accessing it, then like it started feeling worse and worse, right? So like,
Yes.
does it feel any better?
As the tingling runs through your body, it feels like the darkness is pressing against you somewhat less.
Interesting. All right. I should have used the force point on my search my feelings, because then I can go out to 8 hours. That was dumb. Should have done that.
Okay, so it's about plus for out of 69. It's about plus 36 force
Oh,
for 3 force.
69 3 force would be more than that.
Yeah, it's 52 health.
Okay.
Sweet, we both turn into like raging monsters later.
We'll have max health to kill everyone.
And super awesome force powers.
Well, we'll both be dark side, so we won't care. We'll just use dark side points. It's all good.
And then we become the main villains. I like it.
Yeah.
Dirk says, "Yeah, I think I'm good."
Well, did you even get hurt anyway?
I almost got suffocated and sucked out into a vacuum.
I'm talking about how hurt you actually were.
Do we move up the condition track at all?
Dirk, all you ever do is almost anything. If you ever actually did something, I might fall flat on my face.
I mean, he did open and close the door to save Picasso.
And I stopped evil Picasso from attacking Aeland. And remember that one time where I totally shot that guy in that Lexus apartment? That was a pretty great shot, if I do say so myself.
This is all irrelevant. GM, does he go up the condition track at all? Picasso?
Yeah, so Picasso, you feel a similar tingling sensation, and you also feel like the darkness is pressing against you a little less hard, and you feel a little bit of burning in your veins as well, and you move up the condition track
2-1.
to at the top.
Oh, to normal?
Yep.
Yay. So wait, I don't feel the darkness pressing in like I did before?
That's what you feel as the medicine goes into you.
He says it feels a little bit less, but not necessarily. It's not like gone.
Yeah, the darkness is still overwhelming around you. It just doesn't feel like it's pressing into you as hard.
Well, I hope that made it easier to use the force, otherwise we're going to have a lot of troubles.
Does anyone else want some magical healing juice?
Nope.
Yeah. Elwand is
Right.
fine. He doesn't need any grape juice.
I mean, Kalani's half dead is probably a good idea.
No.
She's more than half dead.
Yeah. I was understating it, but yes.
I'd sooner have a second helping of that hard vacuum.
Can I try and stealth inject her? That was actually
Yeah, you
serious.
can try.
Okie dokie, so I roll stealth first. And yeah, I do have the stealth field generator on me again.
Okay.
Are you
well,
are you
so if you
seriously
want
going
to
to do this?
stealthily
Are you
stab
seriously
her,
going to do this?
or if you want to turn literally invisible using a stealth shield generator, I think we would have to
Yeah.
say that she notices you if you turned invisible. She would notice that.
Yeah. I'm not going to turn invisible. I was thinking about it.
Yes. Sitting there.
So what
She's
exactly is going on?
connecting tubes and whatnot.
What are
making-
you doing?
Pakaz was like underhandedly moving the needle towards you, trying to be stealthy, but you saw him.
What do you think you're doing?
Remove his hand.
Glare.
Look, Kalani, you were pretty much dead, and
You're pretty.
we still have a lot more to face, and it seems fine. I mean, the Sith aren't gonna poison themselves with a healing solution.
I mean,
This
if you
whole
just
place
walk
is
in-
poison.
Yes, but if we just walk into a fight and you just fall over dead, then I mean, what did we do all the things we just did for?
I will say this: if she refuses medical treatment, there's not much you can do to convince her. It's best to let somebody have their own free will. Correct?
Unless you
well,
can pin people in midair using move object. Wait, just kidding. Say that.
I mean, I also have.
Are
mind
you sure
trick.
you didn't say that?
What?
Or mind trick. That's true too.
Mind trick for the
Ooh.
win, but I want to save my force detrimental things for later.
Yes, that is why we should not use mind trick on our fellow party members, because we don't want to take penalties.
Yep.
But you would also find out if we
Not because
reduced our
it's
penalty at all.
unethical.
We'd
I
also
mean-
find out if we reduced it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so we will stop here for tonight.
Yes, with Kalani glaring at Pakaz.
I was simply looking contemplative.
How come
Apparently,
nobody's
instead of-
killed Pakaz yet?
Because everybody who's tried to grapple him has failed. Beyond all failure. It's difficult, very difficult to grapple him, to grab him and whatnot. Anyways, thank you for joining us in on YouTube. Hope you all have a good night. God bless.